Okay, guys, we're at chapter 45 of Lemons, and it's titled Secrets in the Pines. I, uh, I, I must have dropped it, Tobin stammers, starting to pace the length of the nest. That day we were out dusting the prints, or you did, baby. That's gotta be it. Is this the same one, right? The one in your case? Is yours missing? I don't know. Must be. Go and check, I say. Yeah, okay. You come with me. That's when we hear the footsteps. Running footsteps. Turn your light out, Tobin says. Turn it off. Hurry up. While I fumble with the switch, he grabs my arm and he pulls me low to the ground near the pile of old newspapers. The footsteps are coming closer and they're pounding the dirt, cracking sticks and grinding rocks into the earth. Hard, fast. There's a large body smashing through leafy branches. Tobin's breathing is heavy and the face is close to mine. His breath smells like Mrs. Dickerson's hot buttered corn. My heart is beating so loud. I'm sure he can hear it banging up against my chest. The footsteps get louder and louder until we can't hear each other. We hear the snapping of twigs and the swaying of branches right outside the nest. And then they stop, and he fills the doorway with heavy breath and darting eyes. But it's not a Bigfoot. It's a man. Just a man, a wild man with long, matted, reddish-brown hair. At first he doesn't see us, but when he does, he almost drops the eggs he's holding tight in his fists. What are you guys? What are you doing in here? He demands. Sweat is soaking his temples and his tan t-shirt. Where? My hands are shaking while I fumble to turn my flashlight back on. I shine it in his direction, and then he does drop the eggs while he tries to cover his face with his arms, like we're grizzly bears and we're lying in wait, ready to eat him for dinner. No, please, he begs. He's dirty and he stinks something awful, like he hasn't seen a Mr. Bubble Bath or a bar of Irish Spring in a long time. His reddish-brown hair is scraggly with a matching beard hanging down to his chest, all tied up in knots. He's wearing camouflage pants, and his shirt is ripped across one shoulder, and there are holes in the front. He peers out at us from behind the arms, eyes darting like he's a wild deer ready to run from a hunter. Tobin aims his light at the man now, too. Please, state your name and your business here, sir, Tobin demands, his voice shaking. I, the man starts. Tobin, please, I can't. That's when I hear Tobin make the same weird sound in his throat he made that day at the store when the boys came in. He slowly lowers the flashlight to his side. What did you say? He asks. Please, just leave me be. You need to leave here. Do you know me? Tobin asks him. Did you take this? And he's holding out the picture. Because this is mine. Did you steal this from me? Let's just go. I grab Tobin's arm and start to pull. He wants us to leave. It's not yours, the man says then. What do you mean it's not mine? It's mine. It's me. And it's my dad. This is mine, not yours. How dare you steal it from me? How dare you? And Tobin stops. He doesn't say anything more. He doesn't breathe or move or anything. He just stands frozen like a wooden Bigfoot statue in the center of town. Except for one part of him, the picture in his hand starts to shake. Tobin, I say again. Come on, let's go. Wait, Tobin says, raising the flashlight one more time toward the man. Then he looks at the picture in his hand. He told us to go. Let's go, I say. But I think I know who it is, Tobin says. Tobin takes a step forward. You do? I ask. Is it you? He asks the wild man. His voice comes out all high and garbled. The man hesitates and he turns. His eyes are skimming the forest behind him, wondering where to run, where to hide. Then he slowly lowers his arms, and then his head, and then his shoulders, like he's surrendering to the hunters who have cornered him, defeated. Tobin, I demand, who is that? He doesn't take his eyes off the man. We, all three, just stand in silence. The picture in Tobin's hand is still shaking. Tobin, I finally say again. Who? Lemonade, he turns to me and says. I think it's my dad. Kids! It's Mrs. Dickerson calling us from the back door. It's getting too dark now. Come on back. Your dad? I breathe. Tobin nods, his eyes glued on the man. What are you doing out here? Tobin asks him. Son, the man says, swallowing hard. I can't believe it. You're standing right here, right in front of me. Right here, Tobin says. I've been here the whole time. Where have you been? We've been waiting for you to come home, me and Mom. We thought you were dead. The man takes a deep breath. I've been here, but I couldn't, he starts. I can't. How did you know it was me? I've been watching you, your mom from the woods. I couldn't. You're watching us? What do you mean? Did you forget where the house is or something? Kids! The man jumps and his eyes scan the darkness. Are you there? Mrs. Dickerson's voice is close now. You can't tell her, the man whispers, moving back and forth in the doorway like a caged animal. Then he lunges forward into the nest and he huddles in a ball in the corner of the pine bed, peeking out between the branches, scanning the forest. Yeah, Mrs. Dickerson, we're coming. Well, hurry now. It's dark. I don't want you running in the woods. You need to get back to Charlie's. He's called twice. Mrs. Dickerson, Tobin starts. Don't, the man pleads. Please don't say anything. I can't go back. I just can't. Why not? Tobin demands. I don't get it. Why didn't you just come home? We went to pick you up, at the airport. We waited for you for a long time. We waited. We thought you were... What in the Sam Hill are you doing here in the woods all alone? I can't leave the woods, the forest. It's my protection, my home. I can't leave it. What are you talking about? Tobin goes on with his hands on his hips. Your home is at the house with us, with Bob and me. You don't understand. No, I don't, Tobin says flatly, crossing his arms in front of his chest. The man's eyes dart again, like he wants to escape, but he can't remember how to move. Mrs. Dickerson, Tobin hollers. Please, the man begs. Yes, what is it? Mrs. Dickerson calls from the yard, somewhere near the tree line. Tobin hesitates and then shouts. Call Charlie back. We need him to come right away. And tell him to see if my mom's home from the hospital yet. Why did you do that? The man asks. Tears are starting to make muddy rivers down his face as he wraps his arms around his legs and starts to rock. Because you need help, Tobin says. And we need you. I just can't. The man starts. Well, we're not leaving you here alone, Tobin says. The man wipes at his eyes. Charlie's on his way, Mrs. Dickerson's voice announces a minute later. Is everything all right, kids?